And hello, dear ones. Dr. Robert with you here on a Friday evening. It's 8:15 on the Mountain Time Zone, and that means it is time for our evening prayers. I trust you have had a fabulous day. We have been so very busy here today at New Thought Media Network. It's my great honor to help wrap that all up with our evening prayer time. Again, I trust you've had a great day as well. Good evening, Shay. Grateful that you're with us. Good to see your smiling face. Thanks for being a part of what we're doing here. Thanks for being a part of the New Thought Media Network community. All right. You know, the day has been filled with all types of opportunities. And we have that opportunity to label each of those events, each of those experiences, every input that's come our way. We've always have the choice on how we want to label that, how we want to look at that, how we want to address what's come through our day, through into our experience, whether it's politics, whether it's the events that are happening in Maine, the state of Maine, whether it's something that's happening on another side of the planet, let's say Gaza or Israel, or Syria, no matter where it is, we have that opportunity to look at that through various lenses, through the eyes of love or through the eyes of fear. And what I know is I choose day in and day out, and I trust you are as well. I choose again and again and again to look at what's happening through the eyes of love. Because we've tried it. We've tried looking at the world through the eyes of separation. We've tried looking at life through the eyes of the fear, and it doesn't work. But when I look at what's happening through the eyes of love, with the eyes of compassion, then I'm more able to see the divine, more able to see God, more able to see the truth that is revealing itself. And that's what I'm inviting you into this evening, is an experience of seeing with the eyes of love, seeing with the eyes of truth, seeing with the eyes of compassion, and casting aside, setting aside any perspective of anything less than that, anything other than that, anything of fear or division or separation. When we talk about prayer here on New Thought Media Network, we talk about a prayer of an affirmation, not a prayer of denying, not a prayer of calling out, but a prayer of calling in, calling ourselves into a deeper understanding of truth, a deeper revelation sometimes of truth. And regardless, it is always affirmative. And if you'd like to join us in that, you're welcome to send us a prayer request, prayer@ntmedia.org, or drop it here in the chat box. Our dear friend Shay is affirming perfect health, alignment, peace, grace, and provision. We sit here, we stand here, we are here in a consciousness that knows that truth on her behalf. And when we talk about prayer, and we have our professional practitioners, our prayer team here, each and every one of our prayer team is trained on knowing that truth on your behalf when you may have a hard time, when you may not be able to see that truth. And what we do is we are here to help you see that truth. However, we want to support you in being able to see that truth for yourself, even when it may be difficult, even when we may not truly sometimes feel like, oh, this is working. We want to support you in standing in the truth of knowing that it is working, that the divine is always on your side, that God's always got your back. So let's get into it. If you're with me and in a safe space, I invite you to close your eyes and begin by tuning into the breath. Begin by tuning into the breath, by letting go of the hustle and the bustle of the day, by letting go of everything, anything it may have taken to be in this moment. Let go of the worry, let go of the concern, let go of any belief that there's anything happening here other than a perfect revelation of God's life. For what we know is we know there is only one life. We call that God's life. We know that life is absolutely perfect, and I know that life is revealing itself as your life right now, as my life right now, as the lives of everyone everywhere, our friends, our family, our politicians, even those I don't like, even those I don't understand, even those that throw garbage at my car driving down the highway. In all those places, I come to recognize the one, to recognize God operating through each heart, each mind, each heartbeat. And I affirm this day that the right and perfect everything is happening. Perfect health, perfect wealth, perfect well-being. Knowing God as our source, our supply, as the funds and the fuel, as everything necessary to bring our experience of life into a greater understanding of life, into a greater expression of divine life. I claim for each one a deep knowing that everything is happening exactly as it must to support you in creating the life you desire, to support you in fulfilling your life's mission, and to support you in fulfilling your soul's purpose. See, there is no division in this thing called God. There is no separation in this thing called life. There is oneness, and deeply we are one. Everyone, everywhere, a part and a parcel, an absolute vital expression of God's life. See, I know that who you are and how you show up in the world is absolutely necessary for the evolution of human consciousness. This world would be a much, much lesser place without you, without the gifts that you bring, without the skills and the talents, without the insights and the ideas, without the vision that you bring, a vision of a world that works for all. Not just some, not just those that I agree with, not just those that are we call allies, not just those that do what we think they should do, that this thing called life is working for all, that we are in the very midst of it, of creating a world that works for all life. Even when I can't see it, even when I don't understand it, I rest. I come back to that reminder that this God life, this power, this presence is revealing itself in miraculous ways, awe-inspiring ways, and sometimes very, very confusing ways, and yet it is still God. It cannot be anything else. There are not two powers. There is not a power of evil in this world. There is not only the one power we call God, the one power of love and light and beauty, of truth and order and health and wealth and well-being and abundance and prosperity, of compassion, of right action, of right work, of right livelihood. And I claim for everyone that hears these words, everyone that doesn't hear these words, claim for everyone on this planet and beyond a deeper understanding, a deeper experience, a deeper, more grand expression of this truth. That deeply we are one, that we are all in this together. See, we're not all on the same boat, but all our boats are on the same ocean. And that ocean moves in different ways. That symphony reveals itself through all the various instruments. And that is what we are. We are an instrument of the divine, each one of us with a unique sound, each one of us with a unique way to be played, to be coaxed into revealing the magnificence within. We are each part of this grand symphony called life. So it is in our hearts. It is up to each one of us to say yes to the revelation that is occurring, to say yes to the calling that is within, the calling of your heart, the calling of your soul to serve, to be a part of this evolutionary process, to be part of birthing a new society, to be part of everything that it is that is coming forth into your life, to call into your life more of the good, to call into your life more a deeper understanding of your part to play, of your role to play in this grand symphony of life. And that is good, because it could be no other way. It could be no other way. In this truth, I'm buoyed, lifted. I feel the vibration within lifting me to a grander, more lofty perspective of how life happens, of how all the different pieces and the parts and the roles that people play. And I call it good and very good. And so I feel within myself a rising up, a vibration rising up from within of love, of gratitude, a deep, deep sense of assurance that everything's happening exactly as it must, that everything necessary for the fulfillment of my life's mission comes into my life exactly as necessary. And if that's true for my life, that's true for all life. We need but speak it. We need but affirm this truth that everything's happening just as it must, and therefore it happens just as it must. The great sense of gratitude welling up from within. To know this truth, to stand in the place of absolute faith, absolute trust, that this truth is revealing itself as my life, as your life, as all life. I stand in this place of gratitude, knowing that God's got our back on this, that the divine is revealing itself perfectly. And so I loose this word, I send this prayer out into the universal law that must demonstrate, that law that must take action upon this word and affirmatively bring it into being, the law that cannot return this word void or unfulfilled. I cast my word, this prayer, into that law and rest in a deep knowing that it is returned fulfilled, because it could be no other way. So I let it be. I release, I let go. I let God be God. And if any of this has resonated with you in any way, please join me in an affirmation of truth as we say, and so it is. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you for being with me here on a Friday evening. We are the New Thought Media Network. And this is a mighty, mighty time to be alive on the planet. This is a mighty, mighty time to be contributing to the evolution of human consciousness. This is a mighty, mighty opportunity for you to contribute to support this ministry. Help us share this vibration. Help us share this word. Help us share this prayer. Help us share this positive network across the globe. Please consider making a monthly donation. Head on over to New Thought Media, ntmedia.org. You can click on the donate button or just drop that link in your chat, in your browser, and share what you can. Because together we are making a difference. Together we are creating a world that works for all. I'm Dr. Robert. I'm going to get out of here for now. Let you continue on with the rest of your Friday evening. However, I do invite you to join us bright and early tomorrow morning, 8:15 for morning prayers and 9 o'clock for the Science of Mind and Spirit Conversation Series. It is a fabulous opportunity to connect and learn more about this philosophy. 9 a.m. tomorrow morning here on the New Thought Media Network. And we have a very special guest. None of those people on the screen are going to be our speaker tomorrow. We have a very special guest, Reverend Barbara Jean from CSL on the Lake in Toronto, Canada, is going to be our presenter. So join us for that tomorrow. Again, I'm out of here for now, but I want you to know I love you. I appreciate you. And until the next time we're in the same room and I can give you a big old hug, I want to wish you peace and richest blessings. Bye now. On behalf of everyone at New Thought Media Network, thank you for being a member of our virtual family. Your financial contributions help share the New Thought message with people from around the world. Please visit and contribute at www.ntmedia.org/donate. New Thought Media Network. Come be you. And please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace and blessings.